Hi, my name is Kimberly. I'm here once again in the spirit of raising awareness about a rare disease that is often difficult to explain. And this time, spelled correctly, Retinitis Pigmentosa, also known as RP. My goal in this video is to share my personal experience with visual impairment and also the perception of society. I would ask for your help in two ways. Number one, I challenge you to throw out any preconceived notion you currently hold about blindness. And two, if you learn anything within this message and you're so inclined, please pass the information along in hopes of spreading the word. RP is an inherited degenerative eye disease that causes severe vision impairment and blindness. An estimated 100,000 people in the United States have RP. In addition to night blindness, tunnel vision, aversion to bright light, and color blindness, cataracts and macular edema are fairly typical with this disease. I've had cataract surgery on both eyes and am currently being treated for edema. Being hereditary, my great-grandmother, Nana, who was an angel in my eyes, followed by my grandmother, who is amazing, and she was unstoppable in her younger days. Ma Ruth was a successful business owner who cared not only for her immediate family, but all those in need. She is my role model and taught me through her actions, and then during a subsequent conversation following my diagnosis, that RP could not dictate my life. Boy, is she the prime example for living life to the absolute fullest, with her glass always half full. And my dad, he was diagnosed at the age of 20. Sadly, he was honorably discharged from the Navy as he was unable to navigate night maneuvers required on the ship. Today, he still enjoys gardening, and he has the most beautiful and meticulously manicured lawn in his neighborhood. I was diagnosed with RP 20 years ago. Even though family members before me were affected, I was born into a tough, resilient, determined German family, and let's just say there wasn't any talk of this horrific disease. It was the dreaded diagnosis scenario for me, thinking I was getting older and just needed glasses because, well, my eyes were maturing. The optometrist abruptly referred me to a specialist. And then, during the ophthalmologist appointment, everybody who was practicing medicine, studying medicine, and was nearby came to shine a very bright light into my very abnormal eyes, all remarking how rare and never before had they seen this disease in a real person. The experience was terrifying. Upon diagnosis, I remember the doctor asking me why I hadn't told anybody prior that I couldn't see at night. Very perplexed, I looked at him and I answered, I thought that's why they called it dark. I never had been able to see at night. Essentially, I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought everyone saw nothing in darkness. Living with RP. I've been fortunate to enjoy successful careers throughout my life, working for Nordstrom, Nike, and owning my own design business. I was blessed to find and marry my soulmate. He is truly a godsend, and fortunately, he didn't run with his hair on fire when an eye surgeon many years ago in Los Angeles questioned his commitment to me. Married to someone with RP? Prior to adapting to my white cane, and oftentimes in lieu of it, I affectionately referred to him as my seeing eye husband. And the greatest gift ever was becoming a mom 20 years ago. This guy moves and inspires me daily, and it is he who motivates me to do whatever I can to raise awareness in hopes of making life easier for those with RP. I love connecting and sharing time with loved ones. The ocean and walking on the beach feed my soul. Creativity, including lots of glitter and bling, bring me joy. Music lifts my spirit, and smiling and laughter is my daily medicine. My commitment, if you will, to happiness. And I'm not quite sure how or why I've gotten so lucky, but I am truly fortunate to be surrounded by friends and family who love, support, and lift me up, sometimes even literally. It's not easy sharing our vulnerability about this disease, but I've found over the years, from the acceptance with which I've been shown and the support that has been offered, my life has been made easier by sharing my truth, my story. Yes, I have RP, but RP doesn't have me. Don't get me wrong, I have my moments, my hours, my days. The RP funk can get to me. A disease currently without a cure. Sadly, no surgery, no glasses, and nothing to slow or prevent the deterioration. However, I live with faith, and I hold hope for all the amazing research being conducted that one day there will be a cure. Discoveries to not only stop the progression of RP, but also advancements to hopefully regenerate cells and restore vision previously lost. At the age of 50, my vision loss required me to relinquish my Oregon driver's license. Wow, that was not a good day, or month, or year. Losing one's freedom, feeling isolated and burdensome was initially very difficult for me. But it was time. My doctor, the guru of retinal specialty, said so. During the same visit, Dr. Welliber also recommended that I acclimate to a white cane. I must acknowledge, today I feel grateful to have ever had the ability to drive. So what do you know about blindness? This isn't a trick question, but rather something to think about. My goal is to help spread the word and hopefully shift the perspective of what some may consider to quote-unquote look like blindness. People with RP experience a gradual decline in their vision, hence the tunnel vision. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there is total darkness. While I don't have the scope of vision that those with healthy eyes possess, I do have central vision. It may be very narrow, but I can read menus and cards, and when I look directly at a person, I can see and recognize them. I am visually impaired. Try this. A conceptual reference for explaining tunnel vision would be, grab a pair of shoes, put one on either side of your feet and look directly at your feet with the shoes beside them. Do you see both feet and the pair of shoes? I'm assuming without the presence of RP, the answer is yes. However, with RP, when I look down, I see some of my own feet only. The shoes are absent entirely. I'm still getting used to relying on my cane, but I mostly struggle with the lack of knowing on the part of society. Some of my encounters have been truly shocking and eye-opening, no pun intended. I have been approached by total strangers commenting or questioning the validity of my cane. Such things as, you don't look blind. If you're blind, how are you so put together? Are you really blind? If you can read, then why are you using a cane? Adults and children alike in front or behind me in lines at the supermarket have talked in hushed tones about my cane. Some have even apparently held hands or fingers up and asked, how many fingers am I holding up? Snickering, laughing, walking away. Most recently, while traveling and after boarding a plane, a gentleman said loud enough so that I could hear him, I'm going to go buy myself a white stick so that I can get preferential treatment when I fly. Ouch. The hurtful words spewed and the comments made, what I would give to be normal, to drive, to see things and people around me, to not need assistance getting to and from. So what I learned from my experience is that we as a society have not done a very good job of educating the world about blindness. I hope you'll help me. Remember, this is about raising awareness in hopes of helping those who don't know learn what's going on with us, who make things look easy, or at least normal. Halloween, one of my favorite holidays, was a dreaded event. When it came to trick-or-treating, I didn't know I had RP as a child, but what I did know was every year that I went door to door, I would run into a tree, fall off curbs, trip up stairs, run into fellow treaters. The bumps, the bruises, dislocations, all finally took me out of the game. Oh, crowded places, forget about it. The mall, grocery stores, fairs, concerts, Disneyland, museums, the zoo, and all the hazards that come with the trash cans, benches, hazard cones, poles, stop signs, small children underfoot, navigating people, places, and things are all problematic at best. Oh, and not just people. My poor sweet dog, Lexi girl, she has been kicked, stepped on, fallen over more times than I can count. I smile, I laugh, and I often joke about my sight challenges, but deep down inside there is enormous anxiety, tremendous sadness, and abundance of fear about what lies ahead. I am hopeful, I am grateful, and I live every day to the fullest. While my day isn't lived as actively as it once was, I appreciate every day and each experience. What I've learned about myself and many affected by RP is that even though my vision is impaired and I don't see all that surrounds me, I have the gift of feeling. My vision has increased internally. I see through my heart and it is full. To quote one of my favorites, Helen Keller, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. I remain positive and continue to pray that research pays off and a cure is found. If not in my lifetime, I desperately hope for that in my son's life. Finally, I pay homage to the many people in my life, the friends and family who offer me support, encouragement, a helpful hand, and love via the running photographs throughout this video. Many are also affectionately referred to as my seeing eye friends. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I truly do not know how I would navigate this world without you. And lastly, if you're interested in helping fund research, please donate to the Foundation Fighting Blindness, also known as the FFB, at www.blindness.org, or simply check out their website for additional information about RP. There's an abundance of useful material and resources available on their site. Thank you again.